Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic, legend, non-classic. This is episode number 3028 and Doubleshot number 2922. Well, first up, we're discussing Ion Torchbearer, which collects the first 6 issues of this 12-issue book, written by Ron Martz. Now, this book, mostly put, is what Kyle Rayner was up to at the end of Grand Reaper at Grand Recharge. This was his own solo title. Outside Green Lantern. Here he just wrote an episode as Ion. He is technically a Green Lantern. And mostly played just battles like a bounty hunter. It is basically him just being a torchbearer, just light a torch on the galaxy to prove the fact, yeah, the Guardians are back. That's kind of what he's there for. And Kilowog basically wants to help because he's a friend of his. But no, we're not going to do anything about it. So, yeah, it shows the fact that, what people know about them, they're the massive dicks. And then he runs to Mogo in issue 3. He sees an illusion of Major Force, even though when he last saw him, he decapitated him. And he sees illusions of 3 women he was involved with, 2 of whom are dead at this point, Jade and Alex DeWatt, and Donna Troy, who actually is not dead. She's perfectly fine. By issue 4, he teams up with Hal Jordan, and he basically runs afoul of Alexander Nero, one of his villains from his own solo book. Yep. They brought him back for this book. Yep. He last appeared back in Green Lantern 145. And he's back here as a recurring villain. He's here for issues 4 through 6. He does appear in the next couple issues, but yeah, that's kind of what they would. Of course, he's captured and he sort of somehow escapes, despite being captured. It's a quite interesting set of issues when it comes to Kyle Rayner, and that's kind of it to talk about here, mostly. Oh yeah, and the last issue ends with him saying, "You're supposed to be dead." Someone basically put a finger on him, and of course, I mean, who is it supposed to be? We'll find out another time. But very interesting set of issues. I give these issues I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Next up we have is Legion of Superheroes. Here discussing issues 31 to 36 and 39 to 50, along with annuals 3 and 4 for Legion of Superheroes. Mostly for these issues. Well, we're still got issues written by Ron Martz. Those of you curious about 37, 38, I discussed this already in the Superman Steel trade. Mostly for these issues, it's basically dealing with. Now, 31 is basically a standalone issue. It's all about, Karate Kid, Princess Projectra, and Feral Lad. Dealing with the people of Black Malice and Garf. Black Mace is a classic villain for Legion of Superheroes, Jim Shooter character. Yeah, he only makes this one appearance in this volume. This is the first time he appeared since his debut appearance. Actually, no, he did previously appear in Superman 213. But no one sees him again until, I kid you not, Final Crisis of Legion of 3 World. The next time we see the guy. As for Gareth himself, it's just basically just one of these robot species. It's a pretty interesting standalone issue, basically memorialize people who previously passed away. But 32 begins a multi-issue story arc It lasts from 32. I think it wraps up. I think like 35. I think it does, where basically Universal was convinced, basically like manipulated the Galactic Federation, the United Planets, that the Legion are evil, so they basically put them all in prison, and their memories manipulated, and they kind of demolished their headquarters, the one that's been there since Jared Conner was in the book. Like, oh yeah, we'll leave the building, but take out the L that was in the building. But over time, thanks to Saturn Girl, they get their memories back. They basically found Universal's behind it, and they beat them. And well, they get an apology from the government, and they get a brand spanking new headquarters out of it. It's a really cool storyline, and it only lasts just for a few short issues. I think it wraps up at 35. That was second. Yeah, it's a quick 4-parter. Does Universal himself die at the end of this one? Oh no, he doesn't die. He comes back. Well, basically, after this arc wraps up, he's not sitting into the very next volume of the series. But by 35, that's when they wrap up the story arc. 36, mostly put, is a lead-in into... It's basically the election issue, where in this issue, Element Lad apparently failed his job, so he decided to resign. So, immediate election, Polar Boy volunteers to run, and he wins by a very close margin. At the end of the issue, he won by 3 votes. And so he named Element Lad his deputy leader. And a lot of these issues from this point forward is him basically dealing with his balance being the lead of the team. And this is a guy who was previously rejected. And now he's the lead of the team. Now, you might be curious though, does he go mad with power? No. He does not. He basically tries to put everything as best he can. He's a very competent leader. Which, you gotta praise the fact Paul Levitt's right how competent Paul Lad is. I think the reason why he was able to actually win the election, though in the case of 39, is mostly put basic focus on Colossal Boy, Chameleon Boy, and Cosmic Boy. What do other people relate to him? Later, though technically appeared in issue 39, it's basically about that. And then we did a story involving Starfire the Second. Starfinger the Second. Yeah. He made a return after issuing issue 29. Yeah, he's back here for a 3-part story arc, and then he's back again for issues 46 to 49. Basically, he's kind of a recurring villain throughout the rest of these issues. But they're excellent. Of course, Starlight. Made her debut issue 41. And kind of have to deal with these people for the next few issues. But then, of course, basically for 42, it is mostly put revealing that, oh, Laura Kent was actually a Manhunter. Yeah, it's a quick 2-parter thing. It's actually revealed that Laura Kent was actually a robot. And she sadly got killed off at the end of this quick 2-parter. Yeah, she's destroyed. And that's kind of the weird thing about the Manhunter storyline. It's like, oh, any kind of weird stuff happening in the book, it's the Manhunters. Yep, and it lasts for 2 issues. And then they do it to Luck Lords. Issue 41 and 45 is a double-size issue, which I love the cover for this thing. It's Ken Stacy, which is a beautiful cover. We also have the return of Lightning Lord. Lightning Lad's evil brother. Yeah. And he's also Lightning Lad's brother. Like his sibling, not only is also Lightning Lad, but Lightning Lass. He also has 2 nephews, 2 and 2 nieces. And then by 46, we deal with the return of the basically Starfire for the next 2 issues. Yep. Yeah, we basically turned to this plot thread that had been left over, but I still have the cover, so I think it's amazing. Oh, a little fun fact. Apparently 45 was sent to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the debut of the League of Superheroes. And then 50 is another double-sized issue. By the way, the whole story, I think it's over before number 50, what we're discussing here. This is the return of Keith Giffen to the book. First time in a long time he's back in the book. First time he's basically done the writing for this book. Well, actually the artwork. Let's see. This actually was his return to the book. First time since issue 20. But he only did a few issues when I part of this. But with issue 50, he's basically back as the artist of this book for the rest of the volume and pretty much for its relaunch. Yes. He does go a couple times here, but these are excellent books. I highly recommend it. They're amazing. But we're not done just yet. Nope. Aside from the fact we have some amazing issues here, we still got to talk about the last two annuals. Yep. First of which is annual number 3, which is mostly put focus on Lightning. It basically focuses on Bouncy Boy, Cosmic Boy, and Duo Damsel. Yes. We get debut a few new characters. Medina, who only appears a few times. Yeah, aside appearing this very annual, we don't see her again until Leads of Heroes Volume 6 and issue 527. Feasta Lad, which just a Legion Academy recruit. And Westerner, another Legion Academy recruit, who also appeared a few times. It's mostly put these three taking on the Dominators. And you have the 4th annual just focusing on a little bit of like a continuation of that storyline from the main book with Starfire and Starlight. And that's it discussed here. By the way, that's the last annual for Volume 3. In case you're curious though, does Volume 4 have annuals? You know, the longest volume of the entire series. It does. It has 7 annuals and 2 specials. Well, 2 specific origins. And by the way, are the annuals themselves, are they part of the crossover stuff? I'm looking at them right now. Annual 4 is. Yep. So it's 5. 6 and 7. Basically, the first year not, but the last 3 are. Yes. But I'll discuss those annuals at another point. But as for the main issues themselves, League of Superheroes issues 31, 36, and 39 and 50, along with the last 2 annuals, I give these issues here a 10 out of 10. The next time to come back to talk about these 2 books, well, both Ion and League of Superheroes Volume 3 will be finished. And then it's on to League of Superheroes Volume 4, the longest volume of the whole series, which stands at a whopping... You curious how many issues? 125! And no volume has ever been successful as this one. DC has tried, but sadly no. I have read a little bit of Volume 4 already, but like in the case of Volume 3, there'd be a little bit of skipping, but this one just skipping just a couple issues because of previous review of them. But in the case of Volume 4, well, I'm skipping over a few issues. Yep. But yeah, that's particularly a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and turn the dislike button. Well, next up basically is Bleach, and in my second and last comic corner ready to go. Which one will be, you'll find out in the next review, okay? Next view. Bye.